right, we have a presentation, a proclamation. So, whereas the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association estimates that flooding causes more damage in the United States than any other severe weather-related event, an average of 5 billion a year. And whereas flooding and flash flooding have threatened Texas's safety, property, and occupations throughout our history and can occur any time of the year. Over the past several years, our state has seen flood events of extraordinary levels. Flash flooding is the #1 cause of weather-related damage, and sadly, Texas often leads the nation in flood-related deaths, many of which were preventable. And whereas, while dangerous floods and flash floods are possible throughout the year, they often have a higher frequency during spring and summer thunderstorms, tropical storms, and hurricanes. Whereas intense rainfall or slow-moving storms that track over the same areas can cause a rapid rise of water, the flash floods can develop within minutes. And whereas it is crucial that Texans understand and respect the power of water, planning and preparing are the keys to reducing loss of life and property. Texans should be familiar with the implications of flood watches and warnings, assemble a preparedness kit of supplies, develop a communication strategy for reaching friends and family members in case of emergency, and designate a meeting place in case of evacuation. And whereas I encourage everyone to be informed and prepared for floods and flash floods, and to be mindful of signs and barriers warning of flood dangers. Always turn around, don't drown. You could save your life or the life of a loved one. Now, therefore, I, Deborah Davison, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Manvel, Texas, do hereby proclaim March 6th through 10th, 2023 as Flood Safety Awareness Week. All right. Next, we have, how many do we have? 5 public hearings. So we will read the hearings, and then I'll ask for input. We have to have a 3-call ask for each one. Excuse me. Hearing number 1, to hear comments for or against an ordinance of the City of Manvel, Texas, finding and determining that public convenience and necessity no longer require the continued existence of 2 rights-of-way, being a 40-foot right-of-way consisting of approximately .3022 acres of land located in the HT and BRR Company Survey, Section 73, Abstract 301, Brazoria County, Texas, and also being a portion of the south half of a 40-foot wide right-of-way dedication crossing Lot 47 of the Allison Ritchie Gulf Coast Home Company, part of Suburban Gardens Subdivision Section 73, according to the plat recorded in Volume 2, pages 91 to 92 of the plat records of said Brazoria County, Texas, and 2, a 40-foot right-of-way consisting of approximately .6044 acres of land located in the HT and BRR Company Survey, Section 73, Abstract 301, Brazoria County, Texas, and also being a portion of a 40-foot wide right-of-way dedication crossing lots 42 and 43 of the Allison Ritchie Gulf Coast Home Company, part of Suburban Gardens, subdivisions, Section 73, according to the plat recorded in Volume 2, pages 91 through 92 of the plat records of said Brazoria County, Texas, vacating, abandoning, and closing said public rights-of-way, authorizing the mayor to execute and the city secretary to attest, respectively, quitclaim deeds conveying respective interests in said abandoned rights-of-way to the abutting property owners, providing for severability, and containing other provisions relating to the subject. I have 3 calls. In the first call, do I have anyone to speak to this public hearing? I have a second call to anyone to speak. And a third call. Thank you. Jason, do you want to try to pull up a reading computer for number 2? He just wants to pull this
To
off.
hear comments for or against an ordinance of the City of Manvel, Texas, finding and determining that public convenience and necessity no longer require the continued existence of a right-of-way known as 0.3011 acres, 13,115 square feet, of land located in the HT and BRR Company Survey, Section 73, Abstract 301, Brazoria County, Texas, and also being a portion of the north half of a 40-foot wide right-of-way dedication crossing Lot 50 of the Allison Ritchie Gulf Coast Home Company part of Suburban Gardens Subdivision, Section 73, according to the plat recorded in Volume 2, pages 91 to 92, of the plat records of said Brazoria County, Texas, vacating, abandoning, and closing said public right-of-way, authorizing the mayor to execute and the city secretary to attest, respectively, quitclaim deeds conveying respective interests in said abandoned right-of-way to the abutting property owner, S, providing for severability, and containing other provisions relating to the subject.
Thank you. Can we name her? Aria? Okay. Okay, thank you, Aria. All right. I have a first call to public hearing number 2. And a second call. And a third call. Thank you. Lorraine, you want to read number 3? Let's give it some diversity.
Sure. Thank you. Hearing number 3. An ordinance of the City of Manvel, Texas, finding and determining that the public convenience and necessity no longer require the continued existence of the following right-of-ways. 1, a 40-foot right-of-way dedication consisting of 0.6051 acres of land located in the HT and BRR Company Survey, Section 73, Abstract 301, Brazoria County, Texas, and also being a portion of a 40-foot right-of-way dedication crossing lots 34 and 35 of the Allison Ritchie Gulf Coast Home Company, part of Suburban Gardens Subdivision, Section 73, according to the plat recorded in Volume 2, pages 91 to 92 of the plat records of said Brazoria County, Texas. 2, a 20-foot right-of-way dedication consisting of 0.9066 acres of land located in the HT and BRR Company Survey, Section 73, Abstract 301, Brazoria County, Texas, and also being a portion of a 20-foot right-of-way dedication crossing lots 24, 32, and 40 of the Allison Ritchie Gulf Coast Home Company, part of Suburban Gardens Subdivision, Section 73. According to the plat recorded in Volume 2, pages 91 to 92 of the plat records of said Brazoria County, Texas. 3, a 40-foot right-of-way dedication consisting of 2.1152 acres of land located in the HT and BRR Company Survey, Section 73, Abstract 301, Brazoria County, Texas, and also being a portion of a 40-foot right-of-way dedication crossing lots 13, 21, 29, 36, 37, 44, and 45 of the Allison Ritchie Gulf Coast Home Company, part of Suburban Gardens Subdivision, Section 73, according to the plat recorded in Volume 2, pages 91 to 92 of the plat records of Set, Brazoria County, Texas. 4, a 40-foot right-of-way of dedication consisting of 2.7197 acres of land located in the HT and BRR Company Survey, Section 73, Abstract 301, Brazoria County, Texas, and also being a portion of a 40-foot right-of-way dedication crossing lots 14, 15, 22, 23, 30, 31, 38, 39, and 46 of the Allison Ritchie Gulf Coast Home Company, part of Suburban Gardens Subdivision, Section 73, according to the plat recorded in Volume 2, pages 91 to 92 of the plat records of said Brazoria County, Texas. 5, a 40-foot right-of-way dedication consisting of a 0.7228 acres of land located in the HT and BRR Company Survey, Section 64, also known as the Mary V. O'Donnell Survey, Abstract 483, Brazoria County, Texas, and also being a portion of the west half of a 40-foot wide right-of-way dedication as shown on the Dr. A. Luther subdivision of Manvel and surrounding acreage property, according to the plat recorded in Volume 1, pages 71 through 72, and Volume 3, pages 139 to 140 of the plat records of said Brazoria County, Texas. And 6, a 40-foot right-of-way dedication consisting of 1.2359 acres of land located in the HT and BRR Company Survey, Section 64, a.k.a. the Mary V. O'Donnell Survey, Abstract 483, and HT and BRR Company Survey, Section 65, Abstract 285, and also being a portion of a 40-foot wide right-of-way dedication as shown on the Dr. A. Luther subdivision of Manvel and surrounding acreage property, according to the plat recorded in Volume 1, pages 71 through 72, and Volume 3, pages 139 and 40, of the plat records of said Brazoria County, Texas, vacating, abandoning, and closing said public rights of way, authorizing the mayor to execute and the city secretary to attest, respectively, quitclaim deeds conveying respective interest in and said abandoned rights of way to the abutting property owners, providing for severability and containing other provisions relating to the subject.
You certainly drew the short straw on that assignment. All right, call number 1 to anybody who wants to speak to this public hearing. Call number 2 to anybody who would like to speak. And call number 3. All right, thank you. I think, Ed, because of your cold, we're going to pass you over and give it to Aria. Okay? I like this girl.
To hear input for OT against an ordinance of the City of Manvel, Texas, finding and determining that public convenience and necessity no longer require the continued existence of a portion of a 20-foot right-of-way and a 40 right-of-way dedication consisting of 0.5953 acres of land located in the HT and BRR Company Survey, Section 73, Abstract 301, and also being a portion of a 20-foot wide right-of-way and a 40-foot wide right-of-way dedication crossing Lot 7 of the Allison Ritchie Gulf Coast Home Company, part of Suburban Gardens Subdivision, Section 73, according to the plat recorded in Volume 2, pages 91 to 92, of the plat records of said Brazoria County, Texas, vacating, abandoning, and closing said public right-of-way, authorizing the mayor to execute and the city secretary to attest, respectively, quitclaim deeds conveying respective interests in said abandoned right-of-way to the abutting property owner, S, providing for severability, and containing other provisions relating to the subject.
I've called number 1 to anybody who would like to speak to public hearing number 4. And call number 2. Would anybody like to speak? Call number 3. All right, hearing number 5. Aria, please.
Come on.
To hear input for or against an ordinance of the City of Manvel, Texas, finding and determining that public convenience and necessity no longer require the continued existence of 1. A 20-foot right-of-way dedication consisting of 0.8967 acres of land located in the HT and BRR Company Survey, Section 73, Abstract 301, Brazoria County, Texas, and also being a portion of a 20-foot wide right-of-way dedication crossing lots 8 and 16 of the Allison Ritchie Gulf Coast Home Company part of Suburban Garden Subdivision, Section 73, according to the plat recorded in Volume 2, pages 91 to 92, of the plat records of said Brazoria County, Texas, and 2. A portion of a 20-foot right-of-way dedication and a 40 right-of-way dedication consisting of 1.1916 acres of land located in the HT and BRR Company Survey, Section 73, Abstract 301, and also being a portion of a 20-foot wide and a 40-foot wide right-of-way dedication crossing lots 5 and 6 of the Allison Ritchie Gulf Coast Home Company part of Suburban Gardens Subdivision, Section 73, according to the plat recorded in Volume 2, pages 91 to 92, of the plat records of said Brazoria County, Texas, vacating, abandoning, and closing said public rights-of-way, authorizing the mayor to execute and the city secretary to attest, respectively. Quitclaim deeds conveying respective interests in said abandoned rights-of-way to the abutting property owner, S., providing for severability, and containing other provisions relating to the subject.
All right, call number 1. To anybody who'd like to speak to the 5th public hearing? Call number 2. And anyone to speak to call number 3? All right, thank you for going through that with us, everyone. That's what we must do. All right, we have public comments now, but as we do that, I'd like to welcome Coach Martin. Can you come forward, please? Welcome home.
Thank y'all so much for having me today, and I'm so excited. This is home for me. I love our city on the rise, but really, this is my hometown. I raised my kids here, all 4 of my kids, and we were here for 12 years before I decided to be crazy and take the college route and move to New York. And anyway, I'm back and really, really excited to take the reins at Manvel High School and do really great things there with the kiddos again. I've hit the ground running, been here for a couple of weeks, and so I went by each and every group of athletes and cheerleaders, and just spoke to all of them about the meaning of Hokahay and really just that family environment that we're seeking, and just excited. I pinch myself because this was my dream job and is my dream job, and I'm really, really excited. Thank y'all so much for allowing me the opportunity to speak to you guys today. Thank you so much.
Well, don't go away. For those of you who don't know, the coach was here from 2006 to 2017. 18, okay, with an impressive 108 wins to 25 losses. So I would say that rates right up there with the best of the best. And we are so excited that you are back with us. And I am a maverick through and through. I want to have a picture taken because I'm a little bit selfish about these things. Everybody up here and probably most of you in the audience know how silly I am, but I honestly and
That was 2017. It was 2018, a couple months later when I left, but I opened the school in '06. Yep, I'm still hurt by that. We're gonna get over it. 38-41. It's all good. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm blessed to be here. Thank you all so much. Appreciate you guys.
Well done.
Oh, wait, one more question. You know that he initiated the Hoka Hay? Yeah, what brought that about?
Well, I coach at Odessa Permian, and they have the whole mojo thing, and so, the Friday Night Lights movie about, high school football, and I coached there for 3 years, and I wanted something catchy, and we opened it up in '06, and my brother-in-law, who coaches in Apopka, Florida, they had a yearly kind of theme, and so I learned about that a little bit, and then I really dug in, and it's Crazy Horse defeated Custer's last stand for Battle of the Bighorn, and to them, this is a great day to die. They're ready to die from getting pushed off of their land. They're ready to die from, from being driven from their way of life. So obviously, I'm not advocating that kids die, but I do want them to die to their selfish desires and not worry about who gets the credit and who it is that gets the accolades and all that. I want us to all pull together and do this thing. If you ask my kids what it means, they'll say play unselfish. And so I not only want them to play unselfish, but be unselfish. And so you guys are the epitome of that, giving your time and everything for our great city, and thank you for that. Y'all are Hoka Hay. So thank you. All right. Thank y'all so much.
What you got? Oh. All right, and we have one more speaker, and that's Crystal Sarmiento. Hi.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to step forward and just say hello to everybody here. First of all, I just want to say thank you for being in the place of service. Anybody that's ever volunteered anywhere knows that that comes from a place of servitude and giving. So thank you for being here and representing Manvel. Ultimately, what I wanted to do was just share that I will be running. I did officially announce it today on social media for City Council. I'm not running or opposing anyone or anything. I'm simply running for our values and to be the voice of our fellow Manvelites or Manvilians. I don't know, I've heard them said both ways. So the only thing that I would like to request before I even begin to talk about skill set, desire, or vision, or anything like that, anytime anybody's looking to take on a new leadership role, I always, like to err on the side of hearing from the people first. So that's the very first step of even going anywhere. And so I created a survey. It's online, and I would love to hear from every single person that serves Manvel, that lives in Manvel, that does business in Manvel. I want to hear from you and ultimately be the voice for everybody. So with that being said, I did put it on social media about an hour ago, and I will be available. I'll put my direct contact information out there to answer any questions. That's it. I didn't want to take up too much time. Just wanted to introduce myself and say thank you for the work that you all are doing.
Thank you,
Thank
Crystal.
you so much.
All right. Where are we? How about a city manager's update?
Certainly. Mayor and council members, I have a couple of things that I wanted to celebrate, and Gilbert Salas, our Director of Community Services, is going to do that for us tonight. So I would ask him to come forward.
Evening, Mayor and Council.
I didn't bring my party hat. Wait a second. I was dressed for all occasions.
Wanted to go ahead and recognize some of our employees. They went ahead and got a designation from TEEX, Texas Engineering Extension Services. It's a certified water professional. Now, this consists of 3 different tracks. There's a drinking water track, the wastewater track, or the dual track, right? So there's a list of about 264 hours that you need to accomplish in training to get these. And Mr. Atanasio Mares, Mr. Ray Word, and myself completed it. And you have to give an application to TEEX. You have to show your experience, the hours you put in, they vet you, your jobs that you've done in the past, everything. So we were granted that designation, and to kind of put it in perspective, the state of Texas currently, we verified this, has 285 CWP designations in the state of Texas, and we have 3 here in the city of Manvel. So we were able to accomplish this, by the grace of God. We were able to do this and take the classes with the support of council and Mr. Johnson, Mr. Young. We were able to get the training required. So I just kind of wanted to recognize Mr. Mares, Mr. Word. Mr. Mares is our inspections, so all the new construction and civil inspections, Mr. Mares handles that. Mr. Ray Word handles the production, treatment, distribution, and collections in our utilities department. There's a lot of things that go on in this this part, a lot of behind the scenes things that people don't really see. There's chlorine residual testing, there's effluent testing on the wastewater, and we make sure that we flush our system adequately to make sure we have good water quality, taste, odor, turbidity, all those good things. We're on top of that, and Ray does an excellent job with the utilities division overseeing that. Make sure that our guys are moving forward. We're staying trained. We went from 2 licenses to I believe we have 12 now. So that's just hats off to these guys. Mr. Mares, all the new construction that goes out there, all the new sewer mains and everything, the civil side that goes into the ground, Mr. Mares oversees that to ensure that whenever we take over, that we're getting a good product that's going to have longevity to save the city time and money and to schedule those projects later down the road. So I want to congratulate these guys, man. These guys mean the world to me and to the city, and I'm very proud of them. So the Superior Water designation, the city of Manvel applied for it, and we had a visit from TCEQ. They came and saw our operations, that our records are great, that we haven't had any violations, that our facilities are up to par, that we have adequate amount of licensed operators. And when you get a license through TCEQ, you have to test, you have to get background checks, and you also have to keep up with renewal hours for your licenses. So from going, again, from 2 to 13, or 12 actually, we're able to build up and meet those requirements. So we got a letter from TCEQ requiring the mayor's signature, which she gracefully did, and we sent it back. So as soon as we get the letter back from TCEQ, then we'll be able to put up our superior water signs in the entrances of all the cities. Now, this is a continual effort. In order for us to keep this, we got to keep up with all the regulations. So the more that we grow, the more operators we're going to need, which I think we're fine now, but we're going to continue to build our crew as far as training and licensing and samples that we need to take. It's all it's gonna build up as we go. We're also planning for future. We do not have surface water. Later down the road, we might. So we are having some of our operators and our employees take surface water production courses in preparation for that. So again, thanks, guys. I want to take a picture.
Hey, Gilbert, actually, we got the letter today.
Oh, sweet. Boom.
We just haven't been able to tell you yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll second.
That's okay, I'll make the motion to, yeah, and she second.
And I'll second.
Okay, let's do it like that. All those in favor? All those opposed? And the motion carries 7-0. And thank you very much for putting those hearings on the consent agenda, because I think even Aria was tired. Okay. Where am I? I need page 5. Got it, I just got ahead of myself. Okay, regular agenda. We have an update on the Manvel, hello, Area Chamber of Commerce by Carrie Perrin. Thank you, Carrie, for being here.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I wanted to introduce you to some of my board members who wanted to make this update with me and just say hello and reintroduce ourselves to the city and the council and everyone in attendance. We also have a couple of members that are in the crowd as well, if you guys want to holler. Yeah. Member of the chamber, yeah.
There you go.
We were graciously and lovingly and kindly reminded of the wisdom of just coming before the council and thanking you for all the things that you do to partner with us and not look at us as any sort of opposition to what you do, but as just a partner of trying to be a voice for our local business community. Our mission at the Alva Manvel Area Chamber of Commerce is to just help the economic success of the entire area with our business members, but also to tell our community members, hey, before you Google something, check our website and shop local so that we can continue to bring prosperity to this community together. And so thank you so much for all the time that many of you give to support our chamber just by attending, but many times you guys are there just at the forefront, leading, welcoming, and encouraging other business owners to come and join us. So for my quick little update, I just wanted to let you know how things have been going for us, and maybe we can continue to figure out ways that we can continue to help bring more and more economic success to the area. First of all, I'm very blessed in that you guys have been so supportive. My members and board members behind me have been so supportive. We've grown tremendously in the past year. We grew by 25% in the past year, and we added 61 new members in 2022. I would love to take all the credit for that, but it's really just this community has been so great at opening back up for business that it's attracted a lot of just great encouragement and a new reputation for our chamber. We've also experienced a wonderful growth in attendance in just our activities. As you may well know, the city of Manvel owns many of our attendance records for many of our events. Our luncheons for the city of Manvel still holds the record for 2 years in a row of the most attended luncheon we've ever had. Your ribbon cutting in this building just a year ago still owns the record for the largest ribbon cutting we've had up until another Manvel business just a few weeks ago broke that record. Her Heart Pregnancy Center brought out over 80 people to that ribbon cutting for us. You also may know that we continue to want to emphasize working with the city and being involved in the city and knowing how the city works. And because of that, and because of your wonderful city secretary, we will always continue to organize forums for our candidates to come and talk to the people. And we want to make sure that our community members and our business members know that the chamber will make sure that does happen every year. And I look at many members that we've already done forums with. And thank you guys for your willingness to participate in that. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention our 4 big events where we try to raise funds for the chamber, the next one being our Business Expo, which will be May 4th on Highway 6 at the Alva Manvel Knights of Columbus Hall. We would love for you all to just come out and say hi, but we thank you again. Last year you guys had a booth to make it, again, yourselves more and more available to our community members and to our business owners. And so again, as always, we want to thank you for what you do to help us bring better prosperity to our community. We also want to thank you for shopping local yourselves and supporting local yourselves. And finally, just want to say, go Mavericks.
Thanks. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you all. We appreciate you being here. All right, consideration and possible action to direct staff on amendments to the sign ordinance.
I would make a motion to direct the city manager and staff to craft the changes they feel necessary to the ordinance to bring back to council for consideration.
I'll second.
All those in favor? All those opposed? Carries 7-0. Thank you. Consideration and possible action to approve the master plan for Manvel Palms, being a subdivision of 125.58 acres out of the HT and BRR County Survey, Section 75A-299, City of Manvel, Brazoria County, Texas, forwarded with favorable recommendation by PD&C.
Would you like to give another overview of the project?
Just give us a short one.
2 seconds. They have complied with the traffic study that we asked for, and then also the parkland dedication requirements from the last time you saw this master plan. So staff is recommending approval, and you have gotten a recommendation of approval from Planning Development and Zoning Commission as well.
Move to approve as recommended.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Thank you. So there's no need for no action on number 4. All right, consideration and possible action on the appointments of the Manvel Economic Development Corporation, Board Position Number 2, with a term of 1 year to expire March 2024, and Board Position Number 4, 5, 6, and 7, with a term 2 years to expire March 25th. I'm hoping to make this easy. If anybody has any objections, I'm open for that as well. But this is for the MEDC, and sorry.
In your packet, you've got the applications for all those that have applied. The first 3 on your data sheet are currently the incumbents on the MEDC board that are asking to be reconsidered. That's Karen Kinlaw, Robina Spruill, and Ed Perry. And then all of the rest of the members on the list are the new candidates for consideration.
All right. I received a game day request that that Ed Perry not be considered at this time. So I would like to recommend that we have Karen Kinlaw, Robina Spruill, Rigoberto Juarez, Jason Black, where am I? 5. I guess we'd make the 1 year Rigoberto Juarez. And do I have one more I need? Damon Collins.
I'll second it.
Okay. All those in favor? Those opposed? And we have a slate. Thank you. All right, consideration and possible action on the appointments of the Planning, Development, and Zoning Board Position Number 1, 2, 3, and 4, with a term to expire March of 2023. Councilmember Albert is abstaining from this vote.
Your Honor, before I step away because of my conflict, I'd like to publicly thank Alina Rogers for her years of service on the board. I'm sorry to not see your name back on there again.
He just stole my thunder. Just want you to know. Okay. All right. All right. Councilmember Acree is going to read off his suggestions.
I make a motion to appoint Carol Maroskin, Ryan Miller, Marianne Atkinson, Kenneth Haynes.
All right.
I'll second that.
All those in favor? Any opposed? No, we have a 6-0 vote. Thank you very much. Consideration and possible action to direct staff concerning street parking on McCoy.
Thank you, ma'am. As we discussed in the workshop session, but for those that weren't here for the workshop, there's been some increased concern from the public and specifically some of the folks living in Lakeland that there's been an increase in parking and doing damage to the rights of way along McCoy between Charlotte and the high school. There's also been some parking issues with parents parking on the street in turn lanes and blocking traffic and such. I know that the school district is making an effort to get the word out to parents not to do that. And the police chief shared that that there were only one or two folks that were offending out there recently. So what I'd like to recommend to council is that we direct the city staff to keep an eye on what this problem is, if it continues to be, and recommend whether it's self-corrected or whether we need to consider enacting an ordinance to prohibit parking or standing between those starting the next school year.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that overview. And Chief, thank you for your participation on this. All right, do we have any council comments?
Do we have to actually make that a thing? Okay.
I don't think you do.
Okay.
We'll review it, we'll make sure, and if it does, then, as you said before, we'll bring back recommendations for you to consider.
Okay, no comments? No parties we need to know about? Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
And I'll second that.
All those in favor? And the motion carries 7-0. Thank you.
Thank y'all very much.
And
Have a
thank
good evening.
I want to talk to you.
Hello, sir. All right, congratulations. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.